this thing that's been going on, like in the music space recently, and that's like, um, this switching genres and style
Yeah.
for artists. There have been new artists coming up with like new distinct styles. Like, I mean, I remember when we were talking the other time, you were like, um, this guy, World,
Yeah.
and you're like, you feel you should have, you know, continued with the style it was putting out as to seems to be too Afro, yeah, and even
What artist is that?
well,
Mm.
talking even for example, for me, like we were talking this morning, that thing about Rema, I
Yeah.
feel like I fuck with early Rema more than I fuck with this Rema.
That's when
Like
Yeah.
I need that vintage Rema.
That vibe. What I think about this, I think at the end of the day, it's very healthy for them to do this. Very healthy for the space.
Mm.
For people to experiment and go discover new sounds.
Mhm.
And let's see what they come out of it. Because at the end of the day, someone's telling me that do you think Afrobeat eventually we're going to get to a point where people get tired of that sound? So when you think about it, the sounds are very like they're very structured. Like what an Afrobeat sounds like, the sort of instrument to pick, sort of rims, Afrobeat is like it's sound that you can just go, yeah, that's Afro, like you get that kind of thing.
Yeah,
And
but
everybody sort of doing it.
I,
So I feel like that experiment is very healthy for
yeah,
the industry.
I like that. I like that. But I feel like I also feel like the soul of Afrobeat itself is being lost in the process.
When you say so, what do you mean by
Like
so
the core of Afrobeat itself. Like if you hear Afrobeat, what makes you know it's Afrobeat? Is it just the drums? Is it just well okay, so this guy STG was talking about was talking on one interview the other time, and he said a lot of foreign mixing engineers have been working on Afrobeat,
Yeah, a lot.
and it's affecting the sound.
Yeah, that's true.
More than we know, sir.
More than we
Because we are
You
not
get-
always aware of
Yeah,
this.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
I feel
Yeah.
like that's the problem when you like try to. That's the disadvantage when you want to like take your sound to the
So this is what happens. This is what happens. So the artists when they work we are in this whole space locally in Nigeria and everybody's working. You're working with independent with people that know the culture and everything. So what happens when they like get big deals and they go out there, they start like so they work in the sound and they have to like, oh, this is a new guy that produced, let's say JB stuff, Justin Bieber stuff. You're like, oh yeah, let him do my stuff. You get when they start like giving out their songs to all these like bigger international mixers and engineers to work on it. So
The problem I have is that sometimes you don't really like talk about like I feel like they don't express themselves enough.
the artist or the
artist, like,
okay.
because I mean, like if I'm doing Afrobeat, if I was an artist and I'm doing Afrobeat, yeah, and probably my producer is like probably let's say Mike Dean or something, yeah.
Okay.
I don't want him like okay, if I'm coming to do Afrobeat stuff, yeah, I don't want Mike Dean to impute his okay, like do it. In
I
a
get
way
what
that
you mean.
can-
You are saying the artists they are not like very specific about what they want, or they are not
yeah, like-
sort of they are not imposing on what they want. It's almost Kanye West to do where it's like I know Jamie Foxx was telling this story where Kanye West was just coming up and he asked Jamie Foxx to get on one of his songs and Jamie Foxx was doing a vibe where it was like it's R&B vibe man. Kanye West just told him that stop, don't do that. Like don't do that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
You get and this is a guy that he has not even blown then. He was like, don't do that shit. And like to have been a favor for Jamie Foxx to come on his song.
yeah.
But you have to tell Jim Foster, no,
Like,
just sing it the way I sang it to you. Like, don't like,
Don't try to
like
Yeah.
exactly.
Tweak it or change
yeah, that,
anything.
like,
Yeah.
I get what you
I
mean.
I like that. I like that for artists. Like I like when artists know what they want. Like
Yeah.
it's like okay, so I'm building something. Yeah. If I'm building something, yeah, I need to have the big picture in mind.
Yeah,
I need to have the picture of the finished product
Yeah.
in mind. So as an artist, I feel like it's artists with like balls, like mad kind of confidence that can tell you this is what I want. Like
Yeah,
they have
definitely.
they've seen the picture. So now
do you think it's also because someone was saying this one that he does not think the at least the Afrobeat guy and the upper coming guys have that much confidence in them in themselves.
Yeah.
to be able to do that. Where it's like they're not even confident in the fact that they'll be successful. It's almost like Afro has become this also where it's like, you get, so if you add that, it's almost like what we were saying about how people don't document their process coming up and why. And one of the reasons why they don't do that is because like they just feel like, oh, it's another day, is another problem.
Yeah. This is a problem because you know the other guy that came to the studio.
Yeah.
He came the other day and it was like, it is the producer that makes the song good, and I was like, no, like I hate it when an artist tells me that.
It's like you're taking all the responsibility. Like, I don't even like to hear that.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like you are saying, wait, it's the producer that will give all the creative input into what is supposed to be your own song. And it's not like you're going to give the producer 90% royalty.
I swear.
Claim all the royalties. And
Like,
then you are saying it's the producer that made the song.
I'm getting
It's crazy,
5%
man.
mechanical royalties,
Bro.
like 5%. Like I'm not getting
I'm putting
part.
out- I'm putting all the effort.
5% mechanical.
And
And someone is telling you that, but like, but you are an artist, yeah. I feel like sometimes it's more like, okay, regardless of how good I am or how bad I am, like you are the producer or you are the mixer or whatever you are, like you know, artists. I'm sorry to say, but you know, artists have that cockiness in them where they feel like whatever they have done is
Yeah.
it's awesome.
awesome.
It's awesome. Yes. Yeah, it's kind of like a level of you sort of you know what you want in your head. Yeah, the producer too is like, okay, yeah, this you have your sound. Sure, you understand. But the producer too is just like two great minds come together. Definitely there's
You
no
clash, right?
Eh?
There'll be a conflict in
It's
ideas.
not like, yeah, but at the same time, you are trying to blend your idea with this person's idea. So I don't know how to put it. It's just that, okay, this you need to sound this way. Definitely the other person that you want him to execute it. You definitely don't sound. It's definitely coming with
It's his own approach.
its own approach. Do
But-
you understand?
Yeah.
And I feel like
I get that.
you should allow
And
room
the way
for
the way I imagine that is that like I feel like an artist should do this is that you should, before you even work with anybody, either a producer, you should have just studied their sound to be like, yeah, this is what you're looking for.
Yes.
Right, this is the
Yeah.
sound that you know that
understand?
yes, like
this is the
and
person
that's where that
I want
trust then
this person
comes in.
to
Yes,
But like,
jump
that
on
trust
it.
comes in where you just like do your thing because like I know like
Yeah.
like I followed you up. Like there's this guy I found. I know I told you about him now that he mixed a song.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, like I've just seen all the stuff you mix. I'm like, I just feel confident to be like, if I produce this stuff, I'll send it to you, bro. Just like do your shit,
Yeah.
right? Because but it's not just the one where you just go into the studio and you just like then you
But,
guys
like,
be fighting back and forth. It's
Most
like
times,
no.
I feel like you know that validity or that validation. Now my team produce my song. Now J5 produce regardless of if that sound or how the kind of sound.
Yeah.
And for Afrobeat these days, like that's what they do these days.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's okay. We have the likes of probably Prime now that is like trying to come up. There's London now. There's, I mean, they're like new guys that are coming up.
Yeah.
So like most times, an up and coming is looking for I'm more real produce my song. They feel like
yeah.
I don't know, like they
I
feel
feel
like
what you mean.
there's something that they will do or they'll turn their songs into. Like,
Look at the case of the artist and producer now, but let's look at it where artist and another artist want to feature a particular artist. For example, now Ashake said when he did MMS or something, he could say okay his own verse and the chorus. He could like picture Whiskey
yeah,
on the song.
yeah, of course.
Just definitely. Ashake might not be able to tell Whiskey that Whiskey do it like this.
Yeah.
You understand? He might not be able to.
Yeah,
but
of course.
you already have that vision that okay, Whiskey is going to fit
Have
on
to
this
deliver,
song
yeah.
and will deliver.
Yeah, of course.
Do you understand? And even if Whiskey was not on the album will still like slap.
Of course, it slaps.
Yeah.
Regardless,
Yeah.
slap.
Like
Do you understand?
I don't even like MMS is not my favorite. Like, but still, it's
Oh,
not.
man,
But
like,
yes, it's in my
I'm a Whiskey FC. Like, what is your problem?
it's my
you want to start fighting? Yeah.
my top two. My top two, but
Yeah, top two. Wow, okay.
my top two.
Nice. But like, I actually love the album. That was
Yeah.
I feel like he matured from
Yeah.
wherever
Yeah.
he was coming from.
Yeah, that's like I heard active and I was like, I like the whole.
I like the
change,
blend though, like the artist that he brought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was shocked though. Like I was expecting like artists, and to be honest, yeah, when they said Travis Scott wasn't, I'm like, what the fuck is this nigga going to? So I was scared. I'm like, I didn't try. Like I know Travis Scott would deliver, but I'm like
Yeah.
on this, and like I'm also proud of Ashake because he didn't tweak the sound.
Yeah.
He didn't change it to
He,
like.
he
he
didn't try to make it
like-
sound like Travis Scott.
Travis, yeah.
Shit.
I like what he did, and
And I
Yeah.
feel like that was
No, no, and
possible.
and
that was
Travis,
very possible.
Travis
Bro,
sounded
it
like
was
Travis
my
too.
head.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Travis was
nigga,
Travis.
See,
that's
I
like-
feel like that was possible because of the producer. Like, it was Afrobeat, but still like Mike Bass touch. And Mike Dean is
Yeah.
like Mike Dean knows Travis Scott.
I was
Yeah.
shocked.
It's like-
I was shocked that he actually did
Yeah,
that stuff.
Yeah.
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 I
See,
thought he was going to flop. I'm like, Mike Dean. Like,
bro, every artist when they're coming up has a producer that is like
Right.
proper. If you know a proper artist that is gonna make it, there's always like one producer behind them, like just one. Like Bud, take Bud, me and Bud for instance. Like you just know that we know each other on a personal level. Like forget music,
Yeah.
On a person, we've known on a personal
Personal
level
level.
before music. So like just bringing the music just makes us like we already understand each other. Like
Yeah.
the track that I recorded for him yesterday, that was like when I heard the guitars, I was like, oh, this is what I want to do and stuff like that. And I was like, nah, I know what was like going to slap in Bodman's head. I know what's going to spark
Yeah,
that thing.
Yeah.
feel like
And like
yeah.
I just went straight for it. Like
Yeah.
my goal. You get it's like there is that energy between us already. And it's like Mike Dean. It's like Mike Dean and
Travis, like Metro and Future.
Yeah.
shit.
Cook beats
Future.
and Ruger.
Yeah.
Bro,
Like-
Jesus, that guy has never done a bad song.
Bro, it's an Adekunle Gold.
Yeah. London and P Prime with Rema. Those combos are
Yeah.
Magistics and Ashake.
like
Yeah.
bro, just
Bro, like,
leave
yeah,
them.
yeah, that-
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I'm talking about? There's that synergy, like Fuse and Olamide back in the day.
And Young John.
And
Young
Young
John,
John,
His combos
Young
were
John.
like,
So
Those
then
combos
it's that,
were-
like,
Let me ask you a question. If an artist like bring a not so good stuff to you, I'm asking both of you right now, and regardless of who the artist is, yeah, but like you like know that this stuff is not good enough, and the artist is looking for a miracle to make it like probably one of the biggest song ever. What inspiration do you guys like get? Like, how do you like turn a bad song into a good song,
wow.
Interesting.
how-
Wow.
how
or a
do
bad
you-
artist into a like, or I don't know, like
One thing about
Okay.
artistry develops.
But song,
Yeah.
I feel like you just can't. So the thing about songs, I feel like you should be willing to be able to rewrite.
Yeah, right. Like
Yeah.
start the whole
Right.
process.
Yeah.
You need to, because there's sometimes where I have that problem issue too, where it's like if I had written on a particular sound, and let's say I had done this melody,
yeah.
it's like it's almost like you've engraved that stuff in stone. Like if I script that,
It's kind of
but
like-
I found out that
kind of
anytime
like
I
an
do that
issue, yeah.
shit, like you probably get, especially, and this is the thing about music, like it's like when you record a take with an artist, right, and they record the vocal and they play it and you hear it and it doesn't sound, let's say, that good. Like you just have to retake it. Because if you don't, right, like it's not like if you hear it the fifth time, it's going to sound. In fact, it always sounds worse over time.
Yeah.
Like because it's like this is even the thing, because if you keep on hearing something, you start hearing the flaws. So it's like if you heard it the first time and you're just like, oh, let me play it, like it's just
Because
like it's
yeah.
never
But one thing I do is that I would send the track to like
Oh, okay, that's good.
I'll send tracks to like
To
different
like
people.
to like producers or artists
No,
yourself. Or,
run normal people.
like,
normal
Okay.
people, yeah.
Right.
So-
call them civilians.
Yeah, I'll
Bloody
send-
civilians.
so that's what I do. Like I'll send to normal people and then they listen to it. And I don't want to hear is it good, is it like I'm not even
Honestly,
gonna I'm not gonna tell you what I expect from you. I'm just like yo, what do you think about
What
it?
is it giving?
What do you think about what do you think? I'm not asking you is it good or is it bad? I mean, what do you think about it? So the first thing that comes to your mind. So there was this track. The artist I would have to mention, but I don't want the artist to find out. So the artist is like this track is like my highest track, like track with
Highest
the
streaming track.
Yeah. Even by mentioning that, the artist will know by now. But I don't want to. So when he recorded the track,
Yeah.
sent it to me, I didn't feel it like that. I didn't feel it like that. Didn't. Like I was listening to it because like when this nigga told me, because I sent the beat to a friend, and he was like, "Yo, I have a guy that's gonna kill this beat." I was like, "It's online, sent him the beats," and I was like, "Okay." After a few months, sent me the recorded track. I was like, it wasn't terrible, but like I was not like it wasn't what I was expecting. Like I was expecting some kind of like vocals, like melodic, and it came with, like rapping and like,
But
So I
regardless,
sent
yeah,
it.
did you like did you do a good job? Do you feel like you did your best on it?
Yeah, like I sent it back to the guy that linked us up to the track. So I was like,
nigga,
listen to it. I didn't say anything. I just said, listen to it. You know what he said? He said, yo, this vibe. Like, it was fucking with it so much. It was like, just be beach, dancing with my babe in the evening.
Yeah.
Wow.
As he said that.
Once a song starts giving you emotion, you know, yeah, you eat something.
Do you make music for yourself or for people to listen to? Like, be honest, cause I like asking that question. Cause you.
I
Okay,
I think
let me-
I think
let
I
me-
think
let
it's,
me
I think
give
it's,
out my
it's,
answer,
it's,
so.
it's definitely for myself because I'm always like
You're your first critic.
yeah, I'm my first like my biggest I'm my best
So,
my biggest
That's the
critic,
honest
so-
truth. Like,
yeah,
be honest,
because
like,
when you think about it as an artist, the music has to pass you first. Like you have to, you are the one that will make the first judgment on it. So it's like literally, if it's almost like you are the examiner of your paper.
Yeah.
So if it does not pass, if the music does not pass your exam, it's not going to make it to the people.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So
Definitely,
literally, the music has to
yeah.
pass your scrutiny first before it
Yeah.
gets to
Yeah.
the
like,
crowd.
sometimes I don't believe that thing is true because I mean I'm not an artist. I don't know anything about like how artists work, but like I feel like regardless, like everybody wants validation, don't you think?
Yeah.
I don't know, like that's like I want someone to tell me that my shit pops. Like what I did is actually fire. Like because sometimes
course.
you might do something and people will like tell you that it's trash and it kills that ego that you have or that
Yeah.
vibe.
Of
Like
course.
Yeah.
so it's like if an artist is like my song is I do my song for myself, is for myself first. I'm like, okay, is it that your audience, like their validation don't matter to you? Like because when our artists be like, I don't like awards, I'm like, let's be honest with ourselves.
Me myself as an artist, I'm also someone's audience, so and
So,
you
yeah.
definitely have to like
Yeah. It's not that they don't do it for the other audience, just that their first audience. So it's like if they don't like something, the other audience don't even get to hear it at all.
at all
Do you get it?
like they're never
It's
putting
like-
it out there.
Yeah.
Exactly, because it's like this is not good enough. But at the
Yeah.
end of the day, you are like almost like you are a sample in that like specimens of people that actually listen to music.
Okay.
So it's like if you trust your taste a lot, you'll be like, yeah, if I fuck with this shit.
The thing is, one, avoid perfection paralysis.
Jesus.
Avoid perfection paralysis. Don't try to be perfect. Like, try to express. Well,
Yeah.
for me as a producer, I don't do that because it's like, okay, one, I avoid perfection paralysis, but I'm making the beats for artists to jump on. So I cannot say I want to express myself fully. Like you get. Okay, what I do is, for one, I want to express, but still, I have to leave room for the other person's expression. I feel like if you're coming up as an artist, you need to box yourself. Don't go off topic when you're writing because you say it's a temptation because you're like, oh, I don't know what to write next, but what's coming to your head is not about the topic, and you'll be like, oh, let me just fit it in there.
Let me just fit it
Yeah, let me
in.
just fit it in there.
Yeah, kind
No.
of. You're trying to be lazy.
No, yeah,
Trying to be lazy then.
box yourself. When I started producing, I started with like trap and everything. I boxed myself into Afrobeats.
Really?
I boxed myself into Afrobeats.
You know.
It was hard.
Oh, bro, what are you doing like this? What are you doing?
Oh guys, I'm with you guys.
This is our podcast,
I'm with you,
though.
like,
You know, the economy turns so like that is
Yeah.
the task.
Artists used to find money.
I beg
Don't
you.
worry, continue.
I'm with you guys. I'm with you guys.
All right, if you got this far, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and share to your friends if you love this episode.
Yes, and guys, we'll also be giving you the opportunity to contribute into our show. So if you have topics we would love to talk about, we'd love to hear you. Put it down in the comment below.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Peace.